Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome into the den. Appreciate you coming over here to hang out with me today. And I got a movie review for all of you, man. The last couple of videos I dropped were focused on Halloween Horror Nights and rumors around that event this year and all that stuff, man. And there will be more Halloween Horror Nights stuff, of course, here on the den, as well as, talking, maybe even theme parks, stuff like that. But we are back with a movie review this week for you all. We're going to be talking about the film Diabolic. Go ahead and throw that poster up for you YouTube viewers, man. There you go. And just in case you can't read it there, I'll help you out. It says it is unnerving, a terrifying new kind of religious horror, and a gorgeously shot, nerve shredding nightmare, man. So, Diabolic is classified as a horror mystery thriller film. If you know me, you know I like to call that the trifecta of awesome. Runtime 1 hour 35 minutes. It did recently hit streaming. That's how I saw it. It had a limited theater run, but I did not see it during that limited theater run. I did see it on streaming on Fandango. That's where I checked it out. Film rating is not on Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb, but doing a Google search, it says it is R16 in the Philippines and 18 plus in Russia, which indicates it would equivalent an R rating here in the States for intense horror, violence, and mature content. So, Diabolic, and I say this a lot with movies that I review on this here lovely channel. Went into it without a lot of information, man. I like to go into movies with not too much information. And with this movie, really didn't have that much information about it. All I knew about this movie is that poster. That's all I've seen from this movie is the poster that I just threw up for all of you. I don't know what it was about. Couldn't tell you what was going on in it. Didn't read a synopsis. Didn't see a trailer. Nothing. Went into this movie as, you know, mind clear as possible about what was going on. Obviously, I see in the poster it says religious horror, so I knew I was getting into a religious horror movie, which is kind of a staple of horror films. A lot of them have to do religious. Obviously, the most famous one being The Exorcist, right? So, going into it, good solid opening. Not gonna spoil anything, obviously, and I will talk around myself, not spoil stuff here. Good solid opening by all means gets you with that unnerving aspect and the mystery aspect because you're trying to figure out what's going on. Like they don't give you much to go off of. It's just a weird, crazy scene happening, and then another crazy part of the scene happens. All this stuff, you're like, you know, you're like, huh? All right, okay, cool. In a good way, in the way you're supposed to with a mystery horror movie and all that stuff, thriller, suspense, unnervingness, and all that. It hits that right out of the park right from the beginning, and then we do a time jump with our same character here, our lead, do a time jump and all that stuff. And then we see that she's still going through some stuff and obviously connected to what happened there in the past. So she's still going through some stuff, and she's going to have to take some kind of intense therapy to try to get rid of it and all that, which leads to an interesting aspect of what she has to do in the orders, which kind of just doesn't make sense overall. Like I get what they're going for, but story wise, I don't know why you would necessarily. I know why you would do it, but it's like I don't know why anybody would want to do that, especially when it's so connected to the trauma of what happened and what this character is going through and all that. So shaky storyline by all means. Horror aspect pretty good, like pretty good horror stuff. There's like conjuring-esque vibe to it, especially one scene that's very conjuring. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But there is a scene towards the end of this movie that I was like, ooh man, that's gnarly. Like that's a gnarly scene. So it was pretty cool scene, pretty gnarly scene. An hour 35 minutes breezes by pretty quickly. Did keep me interested, even though there are some lull moments in this movie that kind of just wish didn't happen and all that stuff. But um, it's okay. And so it's like religious horror, and there's like a witch involved in it as well. The witch's design, two thumbs up, very well done, very good looking design there and all that stuff. But I mean, overall, it was like an okay movie. It's one of those things where, of course, movies are extremely subjective by all means. Say and feel however you want about a movie. But I've seen a lot of people calling this like the scariest movie of the year and all this stuff. And granted, we are at the end of February here, so we haven't had a lot of things going on in the year. But I don't agree with that, especially after seeing this movie. Like it has its moments. It does have its, unnervingness to it, and there are some good horror scenes to it. But for the most part, there's kind of, build up and, trying to telling the story of this character's trauma that she went through, but she doesn't remember going through. And throughout the movie, it's like stuff starts coming back to her and all that stuff. And it's mostly that stuff. You get bits and pieces of the horror and the witch involved in it and all that stuff every now and then. But again, It's mostly that that's going on in the movie. So again, story's a bit shaky and all that stuff, and the runtime, even though not long, there's some moments that is like low moments and all that stuff. Um, Acting's okay-ish. There's moments in dialogue that are rough, but it's okay and all that stuff. But the scariest movie of the year, no, definitely not. That's Primate. Primate definitely had scarier things in it than this movie did. Um, and I liked it more than Silent Hill. Like Silent Hill earlier this year. I think this movie's better than that. It looks better, it's better put together, better done, and all the stuff. That's an unnecessary shot at Silent Hill I just took, but I want to give the movie credit where credit's due. Like this is one of those movies that where you review it in this situation where I'm at, where you're reviewing a movie where it's like it's all right. Like it was fine. It's okay. I probably will never watch it again. It's one of those things, but I'm okay with the rent, the amount of money I paid to rent. I think it was like $7 or whatever on Fandango. I'm okay with that. Like, I don't feel like I wasted that money by any means. And again, there are some scenes in it that were good, like solid stuff. So it was okay. Like, I didn't dislike it. It's not going to be my favorite movie of the year. It's not going to be top five, top 10, or anything like that. But where we're at in the year right now, it was okay, man. Like, it was okay enough for me to enjoy. So that is my quick thoughts on Diabolic. If you've seen it, let me know how you feel in the comments. But yeah, that's gonna do it, man. So there's another movie I'm probably gonna rent and review later this week, and then I did I did buy a ticket to go to the movie theaters this week. I'm returning after a couple weeks to hit the movie theaters because the biggest thing coming out this week, and I'm so excited about it, is nothing other than Epic. That's right, Epic Elvis documentary concert film. That's what I'm going to see this week. I got my ticket already. I'm super stoked and excited about that. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be electric. It's gonna be entertaining, man. It's gonna be yeah. Um, Yes, I know Scream is coming out this week as well. I'm not seeing it in theaters. I'm one of those people that will not support that movie in its theatrical run. But I am seeing Elvis in theaters, man. So there you go. But that's my quick thoughts on Diabolic. Again, let me know how you felt about it. And as always, before we leave out of here, I'd like to remind you, you matter. You're capable of incredible things. Trust in yourself. Believe yourself. Give yourself some peace. Give yourself some love. Give yourself time. Um, in life, it seems like we're always in a rush to do something, but we're not living on other people's time scales and all that stuff, man. Whatever ends up working for you and hitting that goal and all that stuff is when you're supposed to do it, man. So just give yourself some peace and love, believe in yourself, and things will work out for you, man. So thank you for hanging out with me here in the den. We'll be back with more horror movie reviews, more other movie reviews. I'm going to review the Elvis documentary next. Maybe not next episode again. I might watch another movie, but the Elvis documentary, I will review that, which I've never reviewed a documentary. That might open up a whole new world for me of reviewing things, but we shall see, man. But for this episode, we are out of here. So again, appreciate you hanging out with me, and we'll be back with more fun stuff, Halloween Horror Nights, and movie reviews, anything I can think of, man. Appreciate you. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, week, month, the year. See you next time.